Hey guys, Matt here and welcome to this brand new episode of my fragrance obsession. In this episode I'm not going to show myself because I do look pretty nasty today. I'm actually hungover, so I do apologise for that, but there is a reason why I'm sort of showing the very cloudy sky here in the north of England. The sun has kind of gone in. I was hoping the sun would be out because it kind of adds more to this review. And I just want to also apologise for the noise of the wind. I'm quite aware that it's really windy today. It's actually freezing. So I'm just going to do a quick review out here, and I really hope you enjoy the fragrance that I'm going to be showing you guys. So the fragrance that I've decided to review in this episode is Amouage Sunshine Man. Now this fragrance came out in 2015, and I'm pretty much going to be giving you guys a story of my first impression on this fragrance and my review for it. Obviously I wore this fragrance last night and it was amazing. The whole experience of this fragrance was absolutely incredible, so I'm really excited to do a review on this fragrance. Now, here is what the little packet looks like. So it's a blue packet. We get this really cool pattern here. It kind of looks like the sun, and we get this really nice pattern in the middle. I think it's in Arabic or something. It looks really cool, though. We get Amouage in the center there. We also get Sunshine Man on the bottom there. And Amouage's fragrances do come in eau de parfum concentrations. And on these little sample strips, you get a description of what the fragrance is. And on the back of this, it says, a spicy and aromatic fragrance expressing a retro chic interplay of freshness and sensuality. Do I think that the description fits the fragrance? Well, wait and find out. So let's talk about the notes for Amouage Sunshine Man. Now, the top notes are lavender, orange brandy, and everlasting flower. Now, I'm going to spray this fragrance on my skin. Here we go. There's my hand. There we go. Now, here's what the little sample looks like right here. I'm just letting the wind sort of cool down the fragrance on my skin. Here we go. Now, this is one of my favorite Amouage fragrances. And before I go any further into talking about the fragrance itself, I just want to say a big thank you to Jacques de Vries for giving me this sample, along with quite a lot of other fragrances and samples in general. So Jacques, thank you so much for this, my man. I really, really appreciate it. Now, like I said, this is probably one of my favorite Amouage fragrances. This fragrance is absolutely outstanding, both in smell and performance. Honestly, guys, I have not smelt something quite like this before. It's something quite magnificent. Now, when you first smell this fragrance, you get this very nice lavender, this very nice boozy orange smell, and a very nice floral. And quite a while now, I've been thinking to myself, you know, what is the floral smell? It's not quite a jasmine, it's not quite a lily, it's not quite, you know, a rose or anything like that. It's a very distinctive, very unique floral note. And everlasting flower, I don't quite know what that is meant to be, but it does smell insanely nice. You know what, I have to hand this to Amouage. You know, a Sunshine Man, it to me sounds like a typical summer fragrance, yet to me it doesn't smell like that at all. This doesn't have any aquatic vibes to it whatsoever. It smells so different, and I just have to hand it to Amouage. You know, they haven't used typical citrus notes. They've gone all the way to make this smell so incredibly unique. Now, even though this fragrance has lavender, orange brandy, and that very unique everlasting flower, which again I'm very unfamiliar with, this fragrance does smell incredibly Middle Eastern. It has a very nice incense sort of oud smell over the top of everything. The smell of it is a little bit fresh. It does have a freshness, but it also has a powdery incense smell in it as well, and to me it's just totally different. I would say that the nicest note in that opening is that orange brandy, because it does smell very breezy. It is a little bit zesty, but all in all, this fragrance to me, here's where it starts to sound really strange. It actually smells to me like donuts. It smells like sugar donuts at a carnival or a fairground. You guys might be thinking, really? But honestly, that's what it smells like to me. It smells very sweet, almost gourmandish, but no doubt about it, It's very boozy with that orange note, and very unique on that very unique floral note, but the lavender is just absolutely wonderful. But it does give me this really nice feeling of donuts, and I don't know why. You guys might be thinking, okay, that's a bit weird, but if you get the smell of this fragrance, give it a try, you'll see what I mean. That's all I'm going to say. Now, the heart notes, the middle notes for this fragrance, for Sunshine Man by Amouage, are bergamot and juniper berries. So after the fragrance has been on your skin for about 3 hours, the fragrance starts to lose that very unique opening. The fragrance then starts to turn to this very creamy, very soft, woody, floral smell. I would say that I got a little bit more of the lavender than I did in the opening. The lavender starts to get more pungent. The bergamot creating a little bit of a sort of fizzy smell. I wouldn't say zesty at all. The bergamot doesn't smell zesty at all, but the juniper berries really adds a sort of really strange green smell to this fragrance. But the only part of the whole fragrance that I would say is with you, even after that 3 hour mark, is that boozy orange smell. The only part that you really lose is that unique floral, but it's so nice. Very, very chic smelling. I think, to be honest, in terms of their description, they have nailed it on the head when they talked about the retro chic interplay with that freshness and sensuality. It definitely does give this fragrance a very expensive, very masculine, and very, very well-groomed smell. Another fragrance that really gives me that well-groomed smell, of course, is Aventus by Creed. It does give me that very, you know, very handsome smell. This is exactly like that. I mean, I'm not telling you guys that this is exactly like Aventus, because it's nowhere near like Aventus. I'm just saying that it's pretty much the same kind of fragrance. It definitely reminds you of a very well-groomed, handsome man wearing a suit. That's the type of thing that I get with this fragrance. And in terms of the middle notes, after that 3 hour mark, I think it's probably the best part of the whole fragrance. Like I said, very unique in the opening, but the middle just has something so different about it. So, again, very vibrant, something very chic, and just very, very well-groomed and handsome. It's a beautiful fragrance, guys. So nice. Now let's talk about the base notes in this scent. Now the base notes consists of 3 notes, and those notes are cedarwood, tonka bean, and vanilla. Now, pretty much, I will say the dry down for this fragrance is a little bit standard. It does remind you of a typical niche, very pure, very strong vanilla smell. The tonka bean adding with that vanilla does make it a bit unique, I guess, but the cedarwood really adds the sweetness, and I think overall you get the cedarwood in the whole fragrance, no doubt about it. But if I had to talk about this fragrance as a whole right now, I would say that Sunshine Man by Amouage is a very, very well constructed, I would say that this fragrance is very well constructed, very nicely blended, something totally different from anything else out there. As soon as you spray this, I think you'll probably end up falling in love with it. It is definitely one of my favorite Amouage fragrances. It's amazing. It smells so incredibly beautiful. Now, the price of this fragrance, if you want to get like a 3.4 fluid ounce of this bottle, you are looking at about £164 on eBay. That is the cheapest I've seen it. And usually when prices are that high, I tend to find it just totally ridiculous. But with this fragrance, I think it is worth it, because in terms of the longevity and the performance for this fragrance, I get about 20 hours. I'm not totally joking right now. I'm being deadly serious. Last night when I wore this, I wore it to my friend's house. I went to see my friend Mark, you know, the ginger guy who looks like a sort of weird Ed Sheeran hybrid. But I hung out with him the other night, last night, and it was there till probably the next morning. And when I woke up, I could still smell it going quite strongly on my skin. And I sprayed it at about 6 o'clock yesterday. So the longevity on this fragrance is so majestic, so bombastic, and for the price you're going to pay for this fragrance, you know, I think it's worth every penny, personally. Amazing juice, guys. It's an amazing fragrance, and I just want to say a big thank you for watching, and of course to Jacques de Vries for giving me this little sample. I'll just put it back in the pack right here. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this review for Amouage's Sunshine Man. Of course, yet again, I am a little bit unhappy that the sun isn't exactly shining, but yeah, whatever. We can't really control the weather now, can we? But I really hope you've enjoyed this review, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye for now.